Hey guys, Tyler from RC Madness doing a quick review/overview for you on a pretty popular radio, the DX5C from Spektrum. It's a pretty entry-level radio into the digital 2.4 radios. It's very popular for us. One I've been using for a while, so I figured I'd show it off a little bit and give you kind of my opinion on it and what we use it for here at the shop. I did grab the box for one here. You guys can check that out. We do have them available on the website, so you guys check the link below if you want to see some more specs and stuff like that. More of my opinion on it. I'm going to run you through some of the menus here, show you guys some of the capabilities of the radio, and then come back and give you my final thoughts and what we use it on.
All right, guys, we got a bit of close-up on the radio here so I can talk about it a little more. This is the newest one with the smart technology. We got the screen there, your channel buttons on the side, trim buttons also be programmed for different things. Power button here, we'll go ahead and fire it up. So this radio is one of the more intuitive ones to use in my opinion. It does give you some nice readouts on the front screen here. See if I can get you close there. Your battery life, steering dual rates, throttle trims, brake amount, and then your auxiliaries when you program those. We go into the menu. Breaks it down pretty good. You can have quite a few models in this car. I think it's a 10 or 15. You can name each individual model. Not the most intuitive naming system there, scrolling up and down. Your travels, you can set for your endpoints. I currently have this set on my racing buggy to set the amount of steering. You don't want too much or too little. You want it to just go to lock, otherwise you can damage your servo. Really good feature for the crawlers as well. And then of course you can do it for each auxiliary if you got a dig or a 2-speed or 4-wheel steering. We go back to the screen. Sub trims, you can fine tune, steering, throttle trims, stuff like that. Use that more for nitro cars. Reverse, obviously you can reverse each channel. Steering is backwards or throttle or stuff like that. You can adjust the speed at which the servo will turn, so 100% obviously full steering, and then you can turn it down, it'll actually go, and you can turn down at which it returns and the speed that it moves, and of course you can do that for every channel. Exponential, you can adjust like when you're pulling the trigger, a curve in the throttle if you want to tame or untame something, like for drag racing, stuff like that, which we also do with the speed and the throttle. So if you have a drag car, that's not a bad radio to consider for that. Basic timer for doing laps. In here you bind, receivers and stuff to the radio. Mixing, that's good for, you can, the only time I really use mixing is for 4-wheel steering. Other than that, I really haven't used mixing too much. This is an AVC enabled radio, so if you buy AVC receivers, and the that helps with the steering. A lot of drag guys have been trying that out, or on-road guys. Trim, you can adjust how much it well, actually each click of the button will adjust the trim. This is where you assign what you want your auxiliaries to do. If I go ahead and turn it on there, you can pick the channel that you want it on. If it's 3-position, 2-position, depending on the type of servo or however it's being actuated. And then if you wanted to go and then come back in one click, or go and stay, momentary, active or deactive. There's a whole bunch you can do in there. That's what makes this radio so nice for setting up for like a crawler with dig and like the locking and unlocking the axles. Telemetry, you can buy all kinds of sensors that Spektrum sells. I haven't really messed with it too much. I don't use too much telemetry personally, but they do give you the option. And of course you got settings for the radio, sounds, display, calibrate, different battery types, all that stuff. And of course just utility for either erasing or starting over new models. So that's the basics of the DX5C controller. I said pretty solid radio. I think it's $150 for just the radio, but you do have to buy the receivers, which I believe are ranging from, I think, about $40 to $60. So check those out. Links will be down below. to the website, so check that out. Yeah, that's the close-up on the DX5C.
So my final thoughts on the radio, guys, after going through the menus and stuff like that. I have been using this in my race car, basher, rock crawler. I've used it in pretty much every type of vehicle. My opinion, it's best suited for crawling and bashing. I notice in racing it tend to be a little lagging behind, say, Futaba or Sanwa in just the feel and latency of the response to the receiver. But as far as the screen and the ease of use, it's probably the easiest one to use and program with all the menu settings and the scroll wheel. It makes it super easy to set up. Binding is fairly easy with the new receivers. You just hold the button down and they bind. So all in all, a great radio for the price. You really can't go wrong, even if you are using it for racing. I just feel there's probably a couple better options out there that we could talk about in another video. All in all, good radio. Would recommend it and have used it personally. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.